Hello, beautiful Libra. Thank you for being here. My name is Jaden and this is Lighthouse 36. Today I'm doing a general reading for the Libra Collective for mid-July 2026. All right, let's get started and see what Spirit has in store for you. Spirit, what is the overall theme for mid-July 2026? For the Libra Collective? What do you want them to know? I feel like too many cards have fallen, so I'm going to put those back. Just one card, please, Spirit. Overall theme for the Libra Collective. That card on top that was showing was flow, so it may come out again. Let's just see. If it was meant to be, it will come out again. Oh, new beginnings. Oh, wow, this is just so beautiful. It's like the sunrise here. It's been nighttime and the sun is rising now. A new day is starting, a new dawn. Okay, beautiful. All right, one more overall theme message, please, from this deck, Spirit. Overall theme. Surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Wow, beautiful. I like to wait until all the cards are on the table, but I'm getting a very strong message here. Perhaps you've been in hermit mode or doing everything yourself for a very long time, and it's now time to allow others in, to let someone else or other people nurture you and help you and give you a hand. Okay, so we'll see where that goes. 3 messages from this deck, please, Spirit. 3 messages. I love the polar bears on that deck. You know, polar bears usually represent like mysticism. So perhaps it's even like a spiritual group that you're joining, some kind of, or like it could even be an online spiritual group where, you know, you're watching these readings, you know, and now you're being supported in some way. You've been alone for a long time. And there's a new beginning here for you where, you know, whereas you had to do everything yourself before, and now you're getting support of some kind. The King of Wands. The Two of Cups. And the Queen of Swords. Let's get some clarifiers. Please clarify King of Wands, Spirit. Please clarify. Oh, too many. Please clarify King of Wands. Strength. Sorry, there's a lot of cat hair on my desk. My cat just woke up from a nap just before this reading and was walking on the desk, and it's white and he's got black fur. So if you want to know more about my cat Charlie, I created a video. I think it's in the miscellaneous playlist if you want to learn more about Charlie. Sometimes he visits us during the readings. Please clarify Two of Cups. Please clarify Two of Cups. Okay, we've got 2 cards clarifying Two of Cups. Yeah. Queen of Swords. So you've got the Queen of Swords here twice. Okay. And clarify Queen of Swords. The Hangman. Can you clarify that just a little bit more, Spirit? One more card for Queen of Swords and Hangman. Yeah. The Knight of Pentacles. Can you see all those on the camera? Let's just move them over a little bit. Okay, Libra, I'm just going to take a few deep breaths and ground myself, connecting with the cards and the messages from Spirit and with your energy. Okay, this is not a love reading, but for many of you, I'm picking up love energy. Okay. Um, what I feel is for many of you, and and I'm going to use other examples besides this, but the main example that's coming up to me, I really feel like love energy here with the Two of Cups and also with the surrender to support and love. Okay. Um, I feel like you've really had your heart broken in the past. Okay. And you decided, I'm never going to be hurt that way again. I'm never going to allow myself to be hurt. And you started thinking very intellectually, okay, with the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords can be cold, like non-emotional. And you've got her twice here. Very powerful person, okay? This is a very strong, independent woman, okay? With healthy boundaries. You've learned to set boundaries, okay? Use your intellect and not just think with your heart. And that's wonderful. There's been a lot of growth here. You needed that space, okay? It required a lot of strength. And with the King of Wands here, I can see that, you decided to focus on other things, your other passions. And you may even be very successful career-wise. You know, maybe you've even traveled with the map there on the King of Wands all over the world. Um, I can see like you put a pause, you paused things, okay, and planted other seeds besides love. That wasn't of major importance to you, okay? But I feel that someone is coming in and it's going to catch you off guard, okay, because there was night here and now the sun is rising. And or maybe you just suddenly unexpectedly found a need within yourself, like realized that, okay, I've accomplished all these other things, and I think that I'm finally um, mature enough, I'm finally evolved enough spiritually to welcome another partner into my life. But you've been alone for so long, okay? You're not used to having a partner in your life, and you're a very independent person, picking up very spiritually involved person, very independent, very strong person, okay? And you're not used to having a partner in your life. So you're used to doing everything on your own. But this is a new day, and Spirit wants you to open yourself up to letting yourself be loved. Okay? So, whether this person's already in your life or is just about to come into your life, it's like Spirit is telling you to open up. You don't need to do everything on your own anymore. So, let me give an example. Sorry, I'm just going to drink a bit of water here. So, you know, um, maybe you have a good career, and if, you know, um, something breaks down in your home, you're used to either doing it yourself or you have your own money and you can hire someone to fix it. But this new partner says, hey, let me have a go at it. Okay? This is their way of showing love. Maybe their love language is being of service. Okay? And you say, no, no, you could do it in a friendly way. I'll get somebody to fix that. You don't need to bother. Give them a chance. Okay? Let them show you that they love you. Um, or maybe, you're insisting, like if you go out for dinner, that you pay, or that, you go half half, but the person really wants to pay for dinner for you. Let them. Let yourself be loved. You don't have to be, excuse me, I'm hearing the word rigid anymore. You don't have to be as rigid anymore and so self-sufficient. Okay? You're not going to lose your independence. You are strong. You're very spiritually evolved. You're not going to lose that. Okay? But let yourself be loved. Give someone the chance to show you, um, that they love you or care for you, you know, in their way. Give them the opportunity. It could be something as simple as carrying grocery bags. No, no, I got it. Let someone carry some grocery bags and help you. Okay? It's time to soften and give someone the opportunity to shine as well, not just you. Um, it's the same with if this is involving a work situation. Maybe you're used to doing everything. Maybe you've been really let down in the past, like in group situations where everybody hasn't pulled their weight or it's not done to your satisfaction. Give someone the chance to shine as well. Give someone else the chance. If you notice that, oh, they're the type who's really laid back and, is not going to do it, okay, follow your intuition on that. But if it's someone who's, trying their hardest and is really eager and is, doing everything they need to do, lay back a little bit. Give them a chance to shine. You're not the only one who needs to shine. Try to see if Spirit has any other example. Any other example, Spirit? Yeah, like there's a fear here of being hurt. You've been hurt in the past in some way. Maybe you belong to a spiritual group of some sort, and something went wrong in that spiritual group, and you haven't been a part of another spiritual group in a long, long time. You just became solo, a solo witch maybe, or solo healer, or energetic healer, or oh, what's the name? It's not coming to me. Uh, Light worker. That's it. Thank you, Spirit. A solo light worker. Maybe now you're starting to reach out to others and connect with others and work with others, even though you've been hurt in the past. Of course, use your discretion, do your due diligence, okay? You're a smart person, very intellectual person here. You've learned to set boundaries, okay? Um, and so use your diligence, use your intuition, but make space, soften a little bit to let some people into your lives, into your life. Anything else, Spirit? Yeah, like if it's like you have an opportunity to not repeat a pattern. Like you're afraid of a pattern being repeated, okay? It's not going to be repeated. You have the uh, capability, the intellect, the ability to set boundaries now, okay? If it's not your person, it's not your person. But don't mistake that person for being someone from your past. Give them a chance. And so, what spirit means by that is like, if this is a new relationship, maybe in the past you had a relationship where someone was very controlling of you. Maybe you didn't have as strong as boundaries as you do now. Okay. and someone was very controlling and never gave you a chance to think or do things for yourself. Okay. And now this new person, they, the example I used before, offered to help you fix something around the house. Don't mistake them for the same person, for being the same person that was very controlling in the past. Maybe this is just their love language, and it's just the one thing they've offered to help you with. It doesn't necessarily mean they're trying to take control of your life. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, my throat. I feel like, excuse me, something deep in my throat here, like something sharp in my throat. Communication is important. Communicate with the person about how you're feeling, how something makes you feel. Communication is very important. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to get a message from the fairies. This is not a fairy deck, it's a sacred forest deck, but I feel like the fairies really speak to me through this deck. So, fairies, do you have any last? I am going to take one message from another deck from the fairies, but any message from this deck, confirmation, clarification, or additional message for the Libra Collective for mid July 2026? Anything else you want to tell them? One message from this deck, please. Too many, too many. Woo. It's the second time a lot of cards came out. We're just looking for one, please, fairies. Yeah, I'm getting the message with all those cards falling out that you may feel overwhelmed, okay? You kind of feel overwhelmed. You're triggered from something that's happened in your past. Just take a break. And before you send a long email or have a big argument, just take a break, pause, count to 10, maybe go for a walk, okay? And remember what was said here. Yeah, and the fairies are confirming flexibility is needed, okay? They want you to be flexible. Um, if you were in a previous relationship where someone was constantly ghosting you or canceling on you, and you don't want that repeated, just because this person cancels one time, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen all the time. Hear them out, trust them, maybe give them a chance to make it up to you, that sort of thing. If it's a job, and it's a new job you've started, and maybe you had a job before where uh, you were expected to work all kinds of overtime, okay? And you didn't get paid for it. Don't assume that if your boss in this new job asks you to work some overtime, that it's going to be all the time or that you won't get paid for it. Just set your boundaries. Say, sure, I can work overtime this time, and as long as I'm getting paid for it. Have like a good conversation. Communicate your needs with them. Okay. One more message from from the fairies. Confirmation, clarification, or additional message, please, for the Libra Collective. Solitude. Yeah, I think they're just confirming that you've been alone for a long time. Everything's been on your shoulders, and it's now time to let someone else in, let someone else help you. Or, like, if you start a new job and a colleague at work offers you help, but you've been stabbed in the back by a colleague at work previously, who um, uh, took what's it called? Ooh, took all the credit for work you had done. Don't assume that's going to happen again in your new job. Okay. Um, you don't have to do everything on your own, is the big message here. If you're in a really tough spot right now, like even financially, it's okay to ask for help. Okay. It's okay to be vulnerable and ask for help. maybe from a trusted friend or a trusted family member, or even from a church group or something like that. It's okay to ask, reach out for help, maybe calling a helpline. It's okay to be vulnerable right now. You don't have to do it alone. I'm just going to get one last message from the fairies, please. Confirmation, clarification, or additional message. Motivation. Yeah. The fairies want you um, be motivated um, to help heal whatever this is inside of you that you're fearing, okay? They want you to be motivated to really work on this, okay? That this is something that you know about yourself and that you want to work on. I feel like you're going to be motivated to do so. It's like you've been alone for a long time, okay? And you're becoming, you didn't want a relationship, or you didn't want to work in a certain line of work, or you didn't want to belong to any kind of spiritual group, or um, maybe you decided, you don't need friends. You've been alone for a long time. There's something here that you've been alone for a long time, um, just depending on yourself, okay? And now you're ready to open up, okay? And you're motivated to do so. So be aware of the shadow side of yourself as well. Let them in, soften a little bit, okay? And that shadow is there for a reason, okay, to protect you. But now you're ready to open up a bit. Okay, Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I certainly did. I'm a Libra myself, so this reading applies to me too. Um, if you enjoyed this reading, please be sure to show this channel some love. In the meantime, I'm wishing you all the very best on your journey and sending you so much love. Bye for now.